brought to you by Ardecor. We keep you covered. And Horizon Recording Live. Live sound for your events.
The top 10 was 10 different angles of LeBron's game winner.
And sports sucks. It's like literally, how could you even compete with that?
Thanks
like
to Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
I mean, essentially, thanks to Kevin Durant. Durant kind of ruined the NBA.
The Jazz, I feel like, always draft well, and then they do well, and then they try to convert them to Mormonism, and then they have to leave.
This is the second time this postseason he's hit a game winner, and he acts like he's just won a championship.
Oh, I know!
It is insane.
Using HGH, that's why their longevity is lasting so long. Their bodies are recovering
they're
faster.
synthetic.
Wait, man, are you suggesting that there are drugs in professional sports? Is that what you're saying?
Welcome to Comeback Liner. This is Chicago Sports Podcast brought to you from the fans, by the fans. In today's episode, we're talking about the NBA playoffs and LeBron James' legacy.
Don't forget subscribers.
Oh, yeah. So please subscribe. I swear to God, you subscribe, we will give you a t-shirt in our raffle for the next episode. So please subscribe. I'm not joking. Freaking subscribe. All right. So, Sinan, so what do you think about the Pelicans Golden State Warriors matchup?
Well, Pelicans really impressed me in the first round, and I was kind of excited. You know, the Warriors were going to have Steph Curry game 2, so I'm like, all right, maybe it could be a series. But then Alvin Gentry, the genius Alvin Gentry, decides, hey, we're going to play the same style as the Warriors, just transition basketball with a freaking 7-footer and a Rajon Rondo who can't shoot. Decides, I'm going to play the best team at their strength. I have no idea why he decided, let's play to the Warriors' strength. But there's no team that can beat them playing their style. You know, you have to change it up. You have to slow it down. You have to beat them up. And he decides, let's play their strength, and they were getting killed. Then game 3, when they kind of just slowed it back down, that's when they kind of just dominated them. You know, I felt like that could have been a series, but then, I don't know. I have no idea why Gentry did that. But, and then, you know, so I don't know.
They got dominated again today, too.
Did they?
Yeah. I mean, but I'm not going to sit here and blame the head coach because the Warriors are the superior team when you have Durant, Thompson, Curry, 2 MVPs on the team, Draymond Green. I mean, it's almost just not fair.
The sport. It's a sport sucks. It's like literally, how can you even compete with that? It's
thanks
like
to Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
I mean, essentially, thanks to Kevin Durant. Durant kind of ruined the NBA, and that's why when Durant signed with the Warriors, I
think LeBron did it first.
Yeah, I think he was the one that started the whole revolution of this.
Yeah, well, James is the one who's the archetype to the whole thing, but
I hate it when people blame the Celtics players. Like Ray Allen, Garnett, and Pierce, they were in their 30s, though.
And they're complimentary.
I mean, they weren't prime players. Durant is still in his prime.
They were all trades.
They were trades.
They were all trades to that team.
That's true, too. I mean, that was kind of manipulated. A couple of buddies. Kevin McHale was friends with Danny Ainge. Both won a couple of championships with the Celtics. So, I mean.
But you just named what the Warriors have and what they do. So why play to their style? If you want to, I mean, you don't go in the playoffs.
That's how New Orleans plays, though. What are you suggesting? You want them to change their whole offense around?
And that's how Rajon Rondo plays. Like
Rondo's always a.
That's how he got 21 assists.
Play like that all year. I mean, you have a big man.
Well, no. When Cousins went down, that let they needed to speed it up because Cousins was the one that would slow it down for him.
Correct, but in the playoffs, I think you have to. You know your strength versus the Warriors' strength. They're always going to win. You have to try something different, throw them off, because you're not going to beat them at their game. This is what they've perfected. This is what they've done well.
You keep saying big man. Anthony Davis is not freaking Rudy Gobert. All right? He's a really athletic big man who can run up and down the court, stretch the court out. I mean, it's just...
But who do the Warriors have to answer him? Like, who can guard him? I mean, you're running him. He's getting tired. He's not gonna.
JaVale McGee's pretty Zaza.
Oh yeah, JaVale McGee. Hey, I'm just saying.
Zaza, Pachulia.
Oh yeah.
Maybe send him in there and take out his knee.
You see, by the third quarter, midway third quarter, fourth quarter, they're tired. They're exhausted. You're not gonna beat them at that game. You have to change it up.
I agree. They really have to play a perfect series. And I mean, the Pelicans are a flawed team to begin with. I mean, Rajon Rondo, like you said, can't shoot.
Yeah, they really needed
But
Cousins.
you do look at it this way. I mean, take a look at what Rondo did last year when he got to the playoffs. Everybody thought Rondo was
Playoff Rondo.
Everybody thought Rondo was washed up because his regular season was awful. And then he comes into the playoffs, and next thing you know, the guy looks like he's 25 again and making every play he possibly can.
He just has a terrible reputation. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a better contract because I've always been on the Rajon Rondo bandwagon.
He's a guard that can't shoot. How are you in the
He's a
NBA
cutter.
for this many years and
Especially
you
in
can't
this
learn how to
modern-
shoot?
this
Well,
modern
he got
NBA too.
21 assists.
I mean, yeah, that's good, but
He
you can
must be
still
doing
practice.
something. I mean, he's obviously penetrating and kicking out to the right players. Players still have to hit shots when they're doing that.
Now think
it's
about
not
how much
like he's
better he'd
freaking
be.
Ben Simmons,
Yeah.
who's 6'10".
Yeah, but today's NBA is all about this point guard trying to take shots. I mean, you don't have your pass first point guards anymore.
Dude, look at
Yeah.
people like Harden. They just pull up 40-foot jumpers and they
But
just
every-
swish every
Exactly.
single
Yeah,
time.
you need your point guard that
the
can
modern
shoot threes.
The modern day
Guys,
NBA
guys.
is all about ball stop. There is no team passing game. It's ball stop and shoot. Ball stop and shoot.
All right, we gotta stop talking about Rondo. There's one other thing that's really annoying me with NBA playoffs.
They're boring.
No. How disappointing are the freaking Raptors?
Well, this
it's-
isn't really surprising. This is what the Raptors
What?
do. The Raptors have done this for half a decade.
They are laying down and taking
Well,
it. They are
I don't know.
taking it hard.
I can't explain it, but we've seen this show before.
They came out in game 3, though, the second half, with some serious intensity. And it's really frustrating and annoying because you're down 0-2, you're on the road. You would think you would show that kind of urgency to start the game,
yeah.
not when you're down double digits in the second half playing away against LeBron James, arguably the greatest player.
Did Jordan have teams lay down like this, though, in his playoff runs? No, he got beat to shreds by the Knicks and all these other Eastern Conference juggernauts. It's
Pacers, Knicks.
How are the
Miami.
Raptors even considered competition at this point with this performance?
They're just undersized, like Lowry and DeRozan.
But it's not like
they're-
Cleveland's big, though. I mean,
Cleveland's not good.
Cleveland's a
Cleveland's
cavalcade
not
of
good.
clowns
They're not
and
good.
LeBron James. That's what it is. A team-
No, Cleveland's obviously the best team in the East when all their shooters are hitting shots. J.R. Smith's hitting shots.
when Schmo's like
Korver's hitting
Well,
shots.
Korver's supposed to hit his shots.
Yeah, Korver.
Yeah, but Korver also.
But is it
plays
just me?
defense.
Everybody keeps talking about LeBron and how this might be the worst team since that 2008 team that lost to the San Antonio.
I think it's not that
what the
bad.
heck happened to Kevin Love? Why doesn't Kevin Love get the respect? He makes an all-star team this year. This is a guy who's averaged 20 and 16, 25 and 13, 25 and 12. I mean, there's a reason he was traded for the number 1 pick in Wiggins, yet somehow he just gets brushed to the side. So he scores 30 in game 2, and then yesterday he puts up 20 again. Yet for some reason, Kevin Love just gets...
he gets thrown aside because James called him soft in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I was just saying,
Don't
he's
you
got
think-
that soft reputation, and I don't think he'll ever shake that.
He's
Do you know
sharp
what
himself.
Kevin Love shoots at the three-point line?
Yeah, he's like 40%, something like that.
41%.
You know why he's soft?
Steph Curry shoots 42%. Klay Thompson shoots 44%. You know what he shoots from the free throw line? Guess.
88?
Wait, you don't know. 88.
I just
My man. My man. 88%. Like, seriously, the guy's a great shooter. He rebounds the
Yeah.
ball. He stretches the floor for LeBron so LeBron can take it to the
Go on,
hole
get on it.
every single possession.
There was one play he barely got grazed in the head with an elbow, and he walked around like he was concussed for 3 minutes. Plays went back and forth, and like the coach Tyronn Lue wasn't even gonna call timeout because he was like, "You barely got touched, man.
He knows he's not a-
man the f up and play some defense." He's just walking around.
But is that not a double standard of James almost collapsing on the floor when he gets grazed in the side of the head, and then the whole league stops and they're like, "Oh no, what happened?"
Yeah, it happened yesterday. DeRozan did it in game 3. Kind of went up to swat the ball away, and LeBron went down. He must have grazed the back of his head, and he was trying to sell it for a technical.
I mean, these guys need to get some awards at the,
The
Academy
foul
Awards.
theatrics really detract. These
That's
guys,
They are
what's
really
killing
bad
the
the
now.
level
sport.
of skill and athleticism has never been high, but there's
Never
the
been higher.
competitiveness has never been higher.
Yes.
But the competitive spirit is taking a big hit. They're always trying to theatric for the fouls. It's like just run. I hate Golden State in spite, just because I wish everyone would play with that fun
intensity.
Yeah, pace and space intensity, and they get to be pretty insufferable themselves sometimes with Draymond and the like.
It reminds me of European basketball and soccer. Like that type of stuff shouldn't go on in the USA. That's all I'm saying.
No, but you make a good point. You make a valid point when you're talking about soccer. I mean, that's what it is. The flopping is almost identical.
Yeah, you don't want to be known for that.
Ginobili's been doing it for years. Yeah. I mean, he's the best of them all.
So the Celtics are taking it to the 76ers. So I know, Q, you're very disappointed in the 76ers. You called them as favorites in the
What happened in the process?
I thought they were going to get through the East.
What are your thoughts?
Ben Simmons has been the biggest disappointment. Obviously, we're
Rookie
Bulls fans. We don't watch a lot of Sixers basketball. The guy can't shoot outside 5 feet. I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable. How can you have the next superstar of this generation and he can't shoot the basketball? He scored 1 point. Could you imagine a superstar scoring 1 point and he hasn't gotten any blowback?
Well, conversely, didn't Derrick Rose, when he first came in the league, was just as bad shooting the ball?
No,
not that
even
bad.
close.
He wasn't this bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Considering
Ben
the guy
Simmons attempted 11 threes in the regular season. He's a point guard. He went 0 for 11.
Oh my God.
That's unprecedented.
Let me put this into perspective.
So
Yesterday,
is Keith Bogans?
Yeah, maybe.
Yesterday's a must-win for the 76ers. They're on their home court. They're down 0-2. They have the lead with about 15 seconds left. Ben Simmons does what he does. He's a great rebounder. He gets the offensive rebound. He's about 6 feet away, sideline. What do you do with that ball? You have the lead. You pull it back. You reset it. You wait to get fouled because essentially the game's going to be over. He's such a terrible free throw shooter. He ends up catching the ball and chucking it up right away. I've never seen anything like it. It was crazy.
So does anyone
They
think...
end up losing the game.
Trust the process. Come on, Q. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yeah, if I hear process one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, does anyone think the Celtics can take out Cleveland?
If they had Kyrie,
I'm
no
assuming they
question.
win, obviously.
If they had Kyrie, yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Their D is good.
No, it's
They
a
need-
toss-
Raptors should have taken them out. I mean,
no, Indiana should have taken him
No,
out.
LeBron pretty much quit Game 7. When in Game 7, they had a big lead. The Pacers were making their comeback. They tied it late in the fourth. LeBron pulls his leg cramp excuse. So he's already setting up his excuse on why they lost. He's already setting up the scene. And then when he sees their freaking bench start making threes, he's healthy again, like nothing happened. I mean, he was laying dead. He was laying dead. And then
They let him off.
they let him off.
back.
And then the Raptors, Game 1, I mean, they pretty much should have won that. And then decide to just shit the bed and then gave him life again.
you mean screw the pooch.
Yeah, screw the pooch.
Screwed the boots.
Totally screwed the pooch. You guys still picking with the Rockets taking the West or no?
No,
You don't even want
I'll
the
believe it
Rockets?
when I see it. Who coaches the Rockets?
Mark D'Antoni.
Yeah, exactly. So no. I'm not
You
buying this.
respect that man.
No, I'm not buying this defensive nonsense. They do not play defense. I don't care what they've been doing all year. I will believe it when I see it, and they will eventually. James Harden will eventually falter because he will not play defense when it counts. You can book that. He's coached by Mark D'Antonio. No way.
Rockets
D'Antoni?
sweep the Warriors.
No, definitely. Wow.
Now that would
That's a
be.
bold
just
prediction.
joking.
You heard it here first.
So, curiosity, who's on Team Barkley? Who wants to see Draymond get punched in the face? Seriously.
I would like to watch anyone get punched. In
Did
the
you
face, to be
hear his
honest with you.
apology, too? He's like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
But no, I don't regret it. I hope he gets punched in the face.
They're like, do you like him? Right? He's like, no, I can't.
No, I don't
like him. I just don't want to say
He's not
I wanna
advocating
fight.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said it, but no, I meant it.
He's just annoying. Freaking
The
Barkley.
best apology
But I do
ever.
love Rondo sticking
Well, at least the
up
Bulls
there.
drafted Marcus Teague over him, so they got that going.
Woo! Yeah, I said that for years. It's exhibit number one why Thibs should have been sticking with the Bulls over Gar.
You don't like
picks.
Gar?
No,
Shout out to Gar Foreman.
I can't even go there. It's just,
I mean, I can't even hate Pace that much because Garforman is probably
he's the worst GM
basketball
in
version.
Chicago
Hey,
sports.
The
even
dude's a
exist?
cockroach. I mean, I swear, it doesn't matter
Oh,
what he
he
does.
is a
He
scumbag.
survives.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
God.
he's full.
That's a good way to look at
He's full blown. Just
He's awful.
he's.
No,
I don't have
actually,
enough
it's
bad
really
things
that
to
bad.
say about
Guard drafts well. I think Guard drafts well. I think
He does.
He just
Really?
When did he draft well?
Do you have a list of good draft picks from Garf? What?
he's got a top 15.
What's Doug
NBA player.
McDermott doing? What's that? Are you hearing me?
Jimmy Butler?
No, that was Paxton's. That was Paxton's
Oh,
last pick.
No, that was not.
Yes, it was. Guaranteed. That was Paxton's last pick.
All right, so
They always get those late round gems. Tony Snell?
I think what we can say out of the NBA playoffs, though, dude, there's a lot of young, good players. Ben Simmons is on the fence for me right now. Donovan Mitchell, though.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Oh, that's a real.
Guess where he was drafted? Pick 13.
Yeah.
I mean, there's good players out there. Sometimes you just got to
but
get lucky.
No,
and-
but you need to tank for the top 5 pick. That's the only way to win. Can't get anybody
Yeah.
good outside the top 3.
I mean,
it's impossible.
McBuckets,
Okay.
dude.
Jason
Straight up
Tatum,
the McBuckets.
dude, that guy's a baller. The
Tatum.
Celtics, they don't have Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward, and they're killing it right now.
God, can you imagine how good that team would be?
God,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's really disappointing, Kyrie. We've said it's like 4 straight episodes. It's just
I
a
mean-
bummer.
I mean, the Jazz, I feel like, always draft well, and then they do well, and then they try to convert them to Mormonism, and then they have to leave.
I'm sure that's the problem.
Well, I don't know. I don't get it.
Well,
On that note,
yeah. And on that note, so LeBron James.
You don't think
is-
that's a problem?
No, it's hilarious. I mean, yeah. But, so LeBron James is averaging what is this?
They gotta try.
42 points a game. Wow, that is crazy. So where do you think LeBron James's legacy is all time for playoff basketball? And I'll throw this one to you, Kyle. Where do you think LeBron James ranks?
number 2.
Number 2. Okay.
He's always going to be number 2.
Are you biased? Is that some bias showing right there?
No.
Or why? Why do you think he's always going to be number 2?
In
Too many
playoff
losses.
basketball,
Yeah.
he's got far too many finals losses. I mean, the man has more playoff games than anybody in any of the top statistical categories.
Is it better to get to the finals and lose, or would you rather have him lose in the Eastern Conference Finals?
I agree,
Like,
Steve.
let's say if he loses to the Celtics this year and the Celtics get to the finals, is that a knock on him?
No, I don't think it's
Or
a-
would you rather have him go to the finals and lose?
It's not a knock on him his team's downright awful. I mean, don't get me wrong, but if they get him into the finals again and he just quits like he does, I mean, how many times have we watched him quit in the finals? His team gets down 10 points and he stops playing.
Fakes a cramp.
That's
What happened in
that-
San Antonio. I mean, it's
I mean,
happened.
this is what I'm saying. This is why you can't compare him to Jordan. Jordan would legitimately drag a dead corpse across the finish line to win. Look, James, his team goes down. Something happens. He's got sand in his eye. He wiped crap in his vag.
Oh, that's not fair. The first year they lost to the Warriors and they lost Kyrie and they lost Kevin Love. The only reason that was a series was because of LeBron James. And he could have been the MVP of that series on the losing team. But that's partially because Steph Curry doesn't like to show up in NBA Finals either.
Yeah.
Has anybody averaged a triple-double in the NBA Finals? LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, so
In today's basketball, I mean,
That's true too.
today's game is so
point.
much easier to average triple doubles and everything.
still, I mean, okay,
Possession-
well, he's
the
anybody else
possessions
doing it
now
right
are greater. There's more possessions per game than there was back in the 90s.
To be honest, everybody likes to talk about the 90s and the physicality of the sport and everything. And
rules
obviously
changed
when
a lot,
LeBron
though.
gets smacked over their head, they're talking about, oh, he's been taking a beating this playoff series. And I chuckle.
It's a
Could
flagrant two.
Well, he's been in the league for so long. Could you imagine if he was playing in the 80s or the 90s? Like, just the
15
physicality
season.
on your body, there's no way he'd be able to perform at this high level. And to relate it to football, like, it's the same thing with quarterbacks. Like, quarterbacks are playing at the age of 39, 40, 41. Like, that wasn't common practice in the 80s
It's
or
asset
the early
management.
90s.
That's what it is
And-
right now.
Exactly.
And I also think HGH is. I know that's kind of the unspoken thing, but let's be honest
LeBron's
here.
coming for you, buddy.
Every league,
I agree.
they're using HGH. That's why their longevity is lasting so long. Their bodies are recovering
there's
faster. They're younger.
synthetic-
Wait, man, are you suggesting that there are drugs in professional sports? Is that what you're saying? This is news to me.
No, but I agree.
Ask Daryl Strawberry
Outrageous.
that question.
Yeah.
I agree. There's more synthetic things in humans now than there ever has been when it comes to getting your body in shape. I mean, these guys back in the 80s, it was drink beer, you know.
Oh, a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
And the fact
Go
of the matter
cooking.
is, you can't really you can't say anything about that.
It's a taboo subject.
Yeah, exactly. So the moment the media brings something like that up, all of a sudden it gets reversed on them, and then they get fired from ESPN because they're firing everybody else anyways.
Well, ESPN doesn't have much of a following anymore.
Well, let's see. So right now, I'm going to read off some stats. So LeBron James is ranked number 1 all time in points, averaging 28.6 per game to Michael Jordan's 33.4.
He's 50 more
He's got
games.
50 more. I was just gonna say the counting.
50 more games.
The counting
Smalls.
stats.
You're
don't-
forgetting the whole one number is larger than the other, you guys. Therefore,
It's
better.
called context.
He came in
Context,
in the
bro.
league 4 years
context,
earlier too.
Suck this. No, I'm just
All right,
kidding.
yeah, but by the time he's done, he's gonna play 100 more games than him. So, I mean, that's got to say something. Longevity should count
Yes.
when you're judging somebody.
But when the
You
league-
can't just say,
He's
oh,
33,
the five-
15 seasons.
But you also have to look at it this way. The way the league is set up, there's only going to be 3 good teams coming out of the East, and he's always going to be one of them.
Yeah, I think it's a byproduct of the era.
Because there was, back when you're talking in
For
the
sure.
in the 80s and 90s, you had 6, 7, 8 teams that were legitimate contenders coming out of each side.
I am
Yes.
really impressed. Like, I hate to diminish anything from LeBron
Yeah.
because he is so great. The game winner he had yesterday, tough shot.
Tough shot, but horrible defense in the
Horrible
process.
defense, tough shot. Like,
Doesn't he have
there
more-
aren't many players in the league that hit that shot. The thing that frustrates me about LeBron is he's so good. Why does he keep flopping? Why are you letting Kyle Lowry throw you down to the ground? He's like 6'3". You're 6'8", 250. What the?
You got 100 pounds on the guy. What the heck is the
Lowry's
deal?
got a strong
I said it.
core.
The answer
Why
is
are
the
you
fouls,
letting
man.
Nate
That's all they go for.
Robinson?
It's all money.
Yeah.
Why is Kirk Heinrich the biggest bully in the NBA? Seriously.
Kirk Heinrich.
Like,
Kirk Heinrich reference.
I mean, look, he's first in steals. I mean, third in assists all
But again,
time.
that's just a question.
Again,
of
it's
opportunity.
games.
He's had more opportunity, to stack those numbers. Again, and if you're going to stack points, rebounds, steals, and whatnot, then you have to count the losses with the wins. So if we're just going to aggregate everything, that's what solidifies him. Yeah, certainly in the top 5, but
That's why he's not Jordan. He's not number
He might
one.
be. Look, if he wins another 4 in a row, I'm just making up a number. Okay, then maybe he could overtake him, but
God,
he's got a way to go.
That would
He's
be
got a ways
horrible
to
for
go.
Chicago
What is he?
analysts.
He's
What do we
3 and
say at
5?
that point?
You're saying he needs 7 rings to overtake Jordan?
Well,
I-
Jordan
Again,
had
if you're just going to aggregate points and whatnot, then
No,
yeah, he needs
I
7 over
agree.
6,
He
yeah.
needs 7 to pass
I think you
Jordan.
can make a serious argument at 5. If he
Five,
goes,
I think
what if
five.
he goes to the
Five.
Sixers?
We're going to have a talk. Then yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
needs
think
2 more.
I
Yeah.
think it would actually be a legitimate conversation
Yes.
if he gets to 5.
I would agree with
Also,
that.
the thing that frustrates me the most is, I guess it was Kyrie who was hitting the game winners and the big shots, but this is the second time this postseason he's hit a game winner, and he acts like he's just won a championship.
Oh, I know!
It is insane. He jumped up on the scorer's table and he started pumping up the crowd.
in the first round.
Was it game 2 in the
Against
first
the
round?
Pacers.
Yeah.
What? I swear to
Because he
God.
knows he might actually lose.
Jordan has a game winner in the NBA Finals against the Jazz.
Yeah, but
There's no
don't forget the whole Greg
There's
Elo
no
stuff.
comparison anymore.
And Greg, he
That was-
pretty much.
Yeah, that's-
That was a do or die game. Win or go home. Yesterday wasn't. They're up 2-0. This is 3-0 now.
You mean Jordan was a little theatrical with his fist pumping when he over Elo on that one?
Like, context of where the series is. Expectations for yourself. It's almost
That doesn't
like
have to
he
matter.
doesn't
Yeah,
have
sure.
You know what was
expectations
so
for himself.
disrespectful? ESPN.
So disrespectful.
God, did you watch the top 10 plays yesterday? After he
I've
made
stopped
the shot?
watching them.
Yeah, who do
It
you
was-
still watch those? Are you kidding me?
What else do you watch?
Hey, by the way,
Not ESPN,
they're no
that's
longer.
for
It's
sure.
no longer that
Wait,
4-letter
wait,
network.
wait,
It's
wait,
called
wait.
Disney Sports.
Yeah, right.
The top 10 was 10 different angles of LeBron's game winner.
Yeah, and you wonder why I don't watch this nonsense.
All right.
Did anybody watch the Facebook or Twitter feeds? It might have been his thing all over there too.
Yeah.
How disrespectful is that to every other sport? I'm going to show you one angle. There's one camera was the same angle. I think they just ran out of cameras.
All right. On that note, I think we got a good episode with the NBA playoffs. Everyone, please subscribe.
Wait. Who's your pick to win it all? Warriors?
We'll probably have a championship episode, but I would say
I want it on record.
it's on record. I will go with the Boston Celtics. Their D is gonna stop LeBron and the Warriors.
I'm going Rockets.
Nah, Warriors.
Rockets.
Warriors until it's proven otherwise.
I think I'm going Warriors.
Yeah.
All right.
Draymond's
All right,
going to
sorry.
get
You got to hear for the
suspended.
record.
The league-
He's going to
league's
kick
fixed
somebody
anyway,
in the
come on.
balls, and Draymond's
outta
getting
here.
suspended. He's
Why are you
going to ruin the
NBA?
series.
Jeez, it's like WWE.
It's pretty much. All right. So please subscribe, everyone. I was a little mean about it earlier. Please, very much. Okay. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.